Hello students, let us start with our solution of questions given in your exercise 3.1. So go through the statements carefully and follow the instructions whatever I'm going to share with you from the examination point of view. As in my introductory part I told you, here we are supposed to go for the calculations, that is to solve the equations given in two variables, that is the linear equation in two variables. As in class 9 simply we have represented, but here we have to solve. So first part I am taking the graphical solution as already I have shared with you, and then we will come to the algebraic. So here is the first question. I am going through the statement of that. Aftab tells his daughter, 7 years ago I was 7 times as old as you were then. Also, 3 years from now, I shall be 3 times as old as you will be. Then you need to represent this situation algebraically as well as graphically. So for your kind information, question is represent this. So I will not ask you to represent only. My request to you, please find their edges also graphically at least, so that you can overcome that difficulty, how to solve the questions graphically. So take your time and do the calculations carefully and then calculate their edges. So from problem sum point of view, I don't think the problem is very difficult, because these questions you did of each problem somewhere in linear equation in one variable, especially in class 8 also. So what you need to calculate, that you need to assume, and here you feel comfortable because there are two variables we have to use. So let your father's age as well as your daughter's age. So if I am asking you to let the present age of Aftab, present age of Aftab, suppose I am taking is equal to x years. This is Aftab's age, and then let the present age of daughter. So suppose that is equal to y years. So now there are two things given to you. So first of all, when you will be applying those conditions, somewhere you will be reaching in your algebraic presentation of the data, whatever he is asking, and then we can think for the graphical also. I will come back to that part also. First let us form the equation here. So first condition is 7 years ago. So 7 years ago, you all are clear. What will be the Aftab age? Aftab's age will be x minus 7 years, and daughter's age will be y minus 7 years. And in your condition it is given that father will be 7 times of his daughter's age. So apply that. X minus 7 is equal to 7 into y minus 7, and this is going to get you your equation number 1, that is 49. So x minus 7y is equal to minus 42 is your equation number 1 as per the condition given in your question. Then second is after 3 years, then you apply the condition for both after 3 years, and you are well known to this procedure, I hope. So Aftab's age now after 3 years will be x plus 3, and daughter's age here will be now y plus 3. And as per condition, father's age now is 3 times of the daughter's age. 3 times means 3 into y plus 3. So if you solve this, x plus 3 is equal to 3y plus 9. So x minus 3y, somewhere I am getting is equal to 6. So this is the second equation I am getting here, that is x minus 3y is equal to 6. So this is the algebraic representation of the data. What was the part of your problem? Represent it algebraically. So this is the algebraic expression for the data, how to express their ages algebraically in form of linear equation in two variables. So you remember the standard form, ax plus by is equal to c. Ax plus by is equal to c, because the standard form all the times we are taking with the positive signs. Here these are the negatives, so negative I have to count as per the conditions given to me in the question. So nothing to worry. Equations now are lying in the form of ax plus by is equal to c. Second also x plus by is equal to c. And comfortably I can read now. If you read here, so what is a1 is equal to 1. What is b1 is equal to minus 7. And what is c1 is equal to, you can read there, it is minus 42. Similarly, this is the information I am getting from the first equation. As I told you yesterday, a1, b1, c1 is very important. Then it is a2, b2 and c2. Coefficient of x is a2 of second equation. Coefficient of b, I told standard form is always in plus, but when it is minus, so I have to count the minus sign. So b2 will be minus and c2 will be 6. So a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2. Now, at the same time, it is asked that represent this graphically also. So graphically means I need to find the chords, and that procedure you did in class 9, how to go for the chords of this equation. So that is better to discuss right at this stage now. And first of all, I told, which was the part of my introduction, I told ki if you just can find out the relationship between A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2, well in advance, we will be very clear whether when I will be drawing graph for these two equations will be the intersecting lines, coinciding lines, or your parallel lines. So if the relationship between these two is of not equal to, that you can see here, 1 upon this is 1 and here it is minus 7 upon minus 3. So definitely is not equal to 1 is not equal to your minus 7 upon minus 3, that is 7 upon 3. I am getting a1 upon a2 in these two equations. Nowhere I am getting is equal to b1 upon b2. So that is very clear that when I will draw the graph for this case, then the lines are definitely going to intersect somewhere, and that part you can do very comfortably when you will be finding the chords for both of these equations. So you draw the graph and then see the lines definitely will be going to intersect somewhere, and x axis, when you will draw the perpendicular to x-axis, will be giving you the father's age, and towards the y-axis that will be of the daughter's age. Before that, one suggestion I will like to share with you, dear students, here. Better to get the value of x and y from these two equations as I am writing here. This is just for your knowledge sake I am adding. This is x minus 7y is equal to minus 42, and also x minus 3y is equal to plus 6. You see here, if you apply your like common sense, I'll say, you see that the coefficient of x and x are same. Here it is plus, here it is plus. If I subtract these two, what happens? I have to change the signs here. You change the signs and this will go off. So algebraically I am solving. Otherwise, this is the secondary part of your syllabus in this chapter. That algebraic solution we have to do. But I am just for your ease or your convenience, I am saying if just in advance I will be able to calculate their ages, that is the value of y and x. So that is always better. What you can do, you can just convert it in terms of one variable also. X you can express in terms of y and then substitute there here. You will be able to get the value of y. That is the second way. But when the equations are like this, where the coefficients of two variables, either x or y, are same, you can go for the direct subtraction like here I am doing. So I have to change the sign, then this is minus 4y, and somewhere I am getting is equal to minus 48. So if I'll cancel this, so I am getting y is equal to what? 12. Y is equal to 12. What does it means? I assume the daughter's age is equal to y. So means I will be able to get the age of daughter. So present age of daughter will be 12. Similarly, now you substitute this value here. Suppose I am substituting in 1. So x minus 7 into 12 is equal to minus 42. Means x minus 84 is equal to minus 42. We'll make it minus 42 plus 84, and finally I am getting x is equal to 42. So now x is equal to 42, y is equal to 12. I have calculated by solving these two equations. Solving you did in class 9, you did in class 8 also, linear equation in one variable, so that should not be the issue. You have to subtract all the times. You express x either in terms of y or y in terms of x, whatever is easier, and then try to get the value of x and y well in advance. So now what does it mean? When you are looking for the chord, somewhere the point of intersection is what? 42 and 12. So that means these lines towards the x-axis and along the y-axis will be getting intersected. That was made very clear because a1 upon a2 I was not getting is equal to b1 upon b2, which means the lines are the intersecting ones. So here it is. So x 42 and y 12. Now suppose you are going to draw the graph for this. If you remember up to class 9, the another thing we did, we are in habit of doing the calibration of the scale. If I will just give you the example, in common, most of the time we did this is 0, then 1 2 3, positive to this side, negative to this side, and again positive along the y-axis 1 2, or here -1 -2 towards this y-axis or x-axis. Most of the time, because infinite solutions were possible either towards the x-axis or the y-axis. So my point of making you people understand here is, once you have done the solution just in the beginning part, to make you people assure that the lines are intersecting, and where the lines are going to intersect, x is equal to 42 and y is equal to 12, means these are the two values of x and y which are going to satisfy both of these equations. You put x here, you put y here in this equation as well as in this equation, that is 42 or 12, definitely you will be getting the left hand side is equal to right hand side in both the equation. Means ki these two will be the common chords in both equations. So that's why the answer will be 42 and 12. But if I'm going to calibrate my scale in terms of 1, 2 and 3, do you think that the lines are going to show that point of intersection in that manner? Absolutely no, not at all. Why? Because 42 when is not the part of your scale anywhere towards the x-axis, as well 12 I am not showing anywhere towards the y-axis. So no chance ki I will be getting the point of intersection in my graph, whatever the place is available with me. So that is only the point of discussion with you today, when we will be very clear with the solution of my equation, when especially I am doing the case of graphical solution. So my gentleman advice to you, you make it very clear ki in terms of which values you are going to get the chords. So here it is in terms of 42 and 12. So I suggest ki no need to go for the calibration in term of 1, 2 and 3. So feel free, because towards the x-axis it is coming in terms of 42. So do not start with 1, 2, 3. You just start with what? 10, 20 and 30. You are free to do that part. 10, 20 and 30. Towards the y-axis it is in term of 12. You do not start with 1, 2. You start with 2, 4, 6, 8, and then it is 10 and then 12. Now you see 10, 20, 30. When it is 40 here, or after that 40, then next will be 50. So easily I will be able to mark 42 or read 42 very clearly, because 10 boxes are there in between. So please make sure कि when the value of x or y in advance you have got by doing the calculation, I assure you no difficulty you are going to find anywhere in calibration of the scale. Accordingly, you go for the calibration, and this is definitely 110% allowed, that you can do the calibration in different manners along x-axis as well as along y-axis. But do not forget, please, to mention that scale right at the top of your graph somewhere. What is the scale along x-axis you are going to take, and similarly along y-axis also. So here if you say the along x-axis, 1 centimeter is equal to 10 years. 1 centimeter is equal to 10 years. And along y-axis, along both the axes, I am calibrating the age. So along x-axis it is 1 centimeter, so that is equal to 10 years. Along y-axis I am taking 2, so along y-axis 1 centimeter is denoting 2 years. So in that way, well in advance you have to plan which scale is required. So here This was the first question where I have given you the solution also, algebraic as well as your graphical. You please find the chord. One of the chord will be common for both the equation 12 and 42. One more you can calculate by doing the calculations and then plot that exactly. Please do it positively today. If graphs are not available with you, you use scale and draw these differences at the gap of 1 centimeter and then check your calculations. You have time available with you these days, so try to clarify the doubts within yourselves. Still you are not clear with anything, please send a comment to me. I will come back to you with the same thing. So please do not hesitate, because I'm not getting any response from your side. Daily I'm finding more than 10 comments from class 8 students only, neither from ninth nor from 10th. So if you are in doubt anywhere, please students, you do share it with me so that I can make you understand at my level. Whatever I can do for you, I'm trying my level best. Because remember, whenever we will be back, we will not be finding time to go back to these topics, and the solutions whatever you are finding perfectly correct, please make fair all those solutions. As you know that evaluations or your notebooks are also the part of your evaluations as per your board conditions also already have shared with you. So do not try to skip anything. Otherwise, if you think that all the things together will be possible for you, I don't think so. So that is only the purpose, to share the things in small groups with you. 2 to 3 questions a day definitely is going to help everybody, not you people only but we also, so that we also can have some kind of satisfaction ki I have shared the problems with my students. That is my purpose, to come to you daily with these few solutions of each exercise problem. So that is the solution of your question number 1. So for question number 2 and 3, directly I will give you the equations, because I don't think very difficult questions are given to you. Whatever you have to determine, that you have to assume, and two variables are there, so you can assume it in two variables. Like your second question is, that is, the coach of a cricket team buys 3 bats, 6 balls for rupees 3,900. Later she buys another bat and 2 more balls of the same kind for rupees 1,300. Again the question is represent this graphically as well as your algebraically. So when you go for this, let the cost of one bat be x. Let the cost of one bat is equal to rupees x, and let the cost of one ball is equal to rupees y. Then if you apply the condition here, what happens? 3 bats together, and how many balls are there? 6 balls. The cost of 3 bats and 6 balls is given equal to rupees 3,900. And you remember what I told when I started the topic with you. Keep a watch whether your equation is lying in the form of ax plus by is equal to, so yes, it is lying there. But then the second part, I can reduce it. So take 3 common, then it is x plus 2y is equal to 3900, and then x plus 2y I can write is equal to 1300. That is my equation number 1. That is the purpose of my explanation to you. And then second part is another bat and 2 more balls. Another bat and 2 more balls, again for rupees 300. Also according to condition, another bat means 1 bat, so 1 into x. 2 more balls means 2 balls, that is 2 into y. Again their cost is given equal to what? That is equal to 1300. So that you can see, now this is the second equation. Whatever is the first, same is the second. So don't you feel that a1 upon a2, b1 upon b2, and then it is equal to c1 upon c2. These are the conditions I am getting here. So very important from the understanding point of view, means when I will be drawing the graph for this, my lines are definitely going to coincide. That I already explained to you. When a1 upon a2 is equal to your b1 upon b2 is equal to your c1 upon c2, your graph will always be showing the coinciding lines. So here is the algebraic representation, and when you will find the chords, again from the chords point of view, now you see your suppose I am taking here I will give you the example from the same here. And now you are going to draw the graph for this. So you need to calculate the chords. So what I do here is x is equal to 1300 minus 2y. Now if you are going to take y is equal to 1, what is going to happen? You see that 2 ones are 2 and 1300 minus 2 is equal to what? 1298. Please give a second thought for such a calculation. This is the point which I want to make you very clear. Do not give preference to such values. One is you are going to take in 1, 2, 3 terms, and then another is coming in thousands. So very difficult to represent those lines graphically. So try to make the balance here. What you can do is, if it is in thousands, you can take in hundreds. Suppose I am saying, very easy from the calculation point of view also. Suppose you are saying y is equal to 500. So your x will also be in terms of 100. Why? 1300 minus, if y is equal to 500, 500 into 2000, 1300 minus 1000 will give you 300. Very easy. Then if it is your 400, suppose, so 4 2s are 800, 13 minus 800 is 500, and so on. Now what happens? What is the purpose to sharing this kind of discussion with you? That is, when your x scale you are going to calibrate, you always can start in terms of 100. This is your x-axis, go 100, 200, 300 and so on, so that I easily can accommodate all these values there. And similarly along y-axis also, in terms of 100, 200, 300, 400, you will be able to manage. So please make a note of that. Do not go for these key x is equal to 1 and then you will be calculating the y and then you will be calibrating the scale. Doesn't make any sense. No doubt ki I just can say ki that is possible also, but you try it. Try it, do it simultaneously, keep a watch upon both types of graphs. When you are taking x is equal to 1 and what y is going to happen, and then see the graph and see the difference within these calculations also, wherever you are convenient and what is more convenient to do, and definitely you yourself will be able to get the answer of these kind of problems. Similarly, you can go for the third question, which is the last question of this exercise, and that is again like cost of 2 kg of apples and 1 kg of grapes. So let cost of 1 kg of apple is x and 1 kg of grapes is y. Let the cost of 1 kg of apples, 1 kg of apples is equal to rupees x, and let the cost of 1 kg of your grapes, that is equal to rupees y, and then write the equation as per your previous question. 2 kg of apple means 2x and 1 kg of grapes means y, and that is somewhere is given equal to rupees 160, and this is the equation lying in the standard form already, x plus by is equal to c. And second, then it is after a month the cost of 4 kg of apple. So also the second condition is 4x, and what, 2 kg of grapes, 2y is equal to 300. So 4x plus 2y is equal to 300. Still it can be reduced into its lowest term by taking 2 common. 2x plus y is equal to what? 150. 2x plus y, here it is 300 first. Then if you express this in its lowest terms, so you will be getting is equal to 150. So this is your equation number 1 and this is your equation number 2. So then if you keep a watch now, you see a1 upon a2, 2 upon 2 is 1, is equal to b1 upon b2. Why? Because 1 upon 1 is again 1, but is not equal to c1 upon c2. a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2, but is not equal to c1 upon c2. Means clearly if I will be drawing the graph for this, so my lines are not going to intersect anywhere, neither going to coincide. So lines are definitely be parallel to each other. Hence no solution for these equation is possible. So no solution. So that is the beauty of your NCERT textbook exercises, that within one exercise all the three conditions within these three questions are explained to you. That is intersecting lines, coinciding lines, as well as your parallel lines. And see the arrangement And again, my request to you, please, when you are going to find a chord, so you see the calibration of scale. Again, if I will give you the example here, if it is suppose ki y is equal to 160 minus 2x, so y is equal to 160 minus 2, and any value of x when you are taking, you will be getting the value of y. So if it is in terms of, suppose you are taking x is equal to 50, so 250s are 100, so 160 minus 100, again it is 60. Now x I am getting in term of 50, y I am getting in term of 60. Please give preference to such scales, so that along x-axis again you can calibrate in terms of 10, 20, 30, 40, and along y-axis also 10, 20, 30, 40. So in that way it will always be convenient for you people. I hope everything what I am trying to make you understand, you are getting me. And then devote the quality time, draw the graphs, check the solutions algebraically as well as graphically. Then I will come back to you tomorrow with second exercise. But still, my request to you, if any clarification you need from these three questions point of view, please feel free to ask your doubts. Thank you.